In this video we head back up the mountains to where I shot my very first deer to try and find his bigger brother. As you can see, he was only a young deer, probably too young to be taken, but for my very first deer I wasn't going to pass him up, and that was 3 years ago. We kept all the meat, we skinned him, we got this nice rug here and a bit of a memento mounted on a plaque here for my first deer. So let's see how he went this time. So the first day, struggled to find a bit of sign. I mean, a few rub trees here and there. And day 2 is where it really kicked off. I found rub after rub after rub and scrape after scrape after scrape. I followed these to find the biggest bed or scrape, whatever you want to call it, that I'd ever seen. It would have been 10 metres long, in the middle of the pines, all scraped up. And I only missed the deer by not long with a fresh piece that was still in it. So as you do, you sit and you wait and you wait and you wait. So I was up there for 4 days and I found the scrapes on the second day, but couldn't get onto the deer. On the scrape I actually set up some game cameras, and you'll see in the videos coming up there are a couple types of deer that were moving through. We had a young spiker who looked nice and fit and healthy. We had a really old deer that was actually going backwards, and as you can see, it's one of the last videos, he was the one sitting in the big scrape, but he actually looked quite unhealthy. He looked underweight, malnourished, and his antler growth had obviously gone backwards as well, with no rack, just little knobs on his head. And the third one, which we only had a glimpse of, and that's what kept me going back, was a nice healthy animal, nice and long, couldn't see much as he was behind the trees, but he did have some palm there, and that's the one I was trying to chase for the rest of the journey. Unluckily, there were no deer this time, but I did manage to knock off a sow. There's one less pig in our state forest. The sad thing was, she had a bunch of piglets with her, and I didn't reload. I had it empty in the chamber, so when the piglets came running back out, I was unable to put a couple of those down. Anyway, the big sow's gone, and hopefully some of those piglets did make it through as well. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video.
See the size of that rug tree over there. Right in there. He smashed all that tree up. This is right at the bottom of where I've seen those scrapes as well. Coincidentally also where I shot my very first deer. So we'll see how we go. We know there's at least one big boy in here, making scrapes and rubs. A lot less sign than previous years, but had some really good sign there. So, as you can see here, I'm just sitting on this little gully. I know there's some scrapes and rubs around. What I'm trying to do is just, I've only got about a 10 metre window if he is moving across to take a shot, so I'm trying to be prepared, I'm trying to be ready. I'm just waiting till the sun comes down and hits that valley. I've already had a few kangaroos move across, and they move pretty quick from one side of the pines to the other, so I'm just trying to be prepared to take a shot when it comes. Man, the cornflakes is killing me. And to think in January it wasn't even as crunchy as this. It's like all the leaf litter and matter from the trees has fallen off. Even the game trails are now half covered. It's just so crunchy. Anyway, we'll see how we go.